last summer I went to CSI, Citadel Sex Institute. You take a class, you use some physical training, you learn some knob knowledge, you stand at attention, don't brace. You eat mess, add attention. You don't quite square your meals with the same geometric precision that you do now. And in general, it's kind of like preparing for Citadel. Well, my favorite part of CSI was not any of those things. It was Friday morning inspections. That's crazy, right? We all hate SMIs. Well, I like those inspections. Now that I look back on them. The first time I had an inspection, it was awful. I didn't know what to clean. I know we were throwing the white book and we were like, here, try and clean this room. Try and meet these standards as best you can with all the civilian clothes you have. Okay. So my roommate and I are standing outside our room, ready to rest. I keep running back in the room, clean some stuff up here, clean some stuff up here. I start hearing yelling down the gallery. I'm like, what is that? All I hear is, this is disgusting, this is gross. You just hear it. It's like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park. I could hear the ripples going off into my sink. It was that bad. So eventually, someone rolls up to my room. And who is it? The Mr. Trimnal himself. So he comes in my room, and he's like, go inside. And then it begins. This is disgusting. Dust, dust, dust. Dust everywhere. Dust everywhere. Oh, and he also found out I was in JROTC, which if you all remember my first speech, and he was like, oh, Mr. J. Ross, they don't teach you how to clean? Does mommy and daddy have to clean up for you at home? So yes, this is my first encounter with Mr. Trimnal in this guy, right? Well, I was pissed. Quite frankly, I was pissed. I didn't want to deal with that kind of failure. I felt like I had failed. So I was like, Lambert, it's my roommate. Lambert, next week, we need to invite him back. And that is exactly what we did. So it was just like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat fame. Round 2, fight. So we invited him over. First, we had to get inspected by our CSL, our upperclassman squad leader, Mr. Mayama. He was like, whoa, this is magnificent. So anyways, then we got Mr. Trimnal, and then he inspected it. He was like, if I find 3 gigs, you fail. Well, what are the stakes? He's like, sir, what are the stakes? What do you mean? What are the stakes? What are we betting? What do I get if I win, when I win? I was like, oh, really? But, so he had to buy me a jar of Gatorade powder if I won. I passed. If he won, I could not eat seconds for a week because my CSI nickname was Seconds because I always got massive plates of food and then went back for seconds. So, he did find those 4 gigs actually. And my favorite, actually, was when he went inside my full press, and dust just flies everywhere. Of course, the question you asked before that was, hey, did you clean inside your full press? Well, so that was 4 gigs. And I was like, all right, this isn't so bad, though, because he had to look around. He was like, oh, you want to make this fun for me now? So I was like, sir, are you going to be back next week? And it was like, he turned around, you betcha. Slammed the door, and it was on. So we came back next week, and of course my squad caught wind of this, and he allowed an audience. So my entire squad piled into our room for this inspection. It was like Mayweather versus Pacquiao, Apollo versus Rocky. It was on. We had an audience. It was great. He was like, all right, if I find 4 gigs this time, within the duration of this song, we will up the stakes. And what do you get? What do you want if you win? And I said, well, Gatorade powder's not really cutting mustard at this point, so you take me to Melt Mushroom. He said, all right, if I win, you have to memorize a poem. That's fair, right? So he goes, I don't remember what the song is, Mr. Trimnal.
I don't remember either.
But he found 7 gigs. He was thorough. He did not want to take me to Melt Mushroom. I ended up going to Melt Mushroom anyway. Well, let me explain myself. He found these 7 gigs, looked around, he was like, all right, so I found my 7 gigs, technically failed, memorized that poem and that speech. But this is the best damn room battalion. So I'm going to take you to Melt Mushroom, bring a roommate and 1 other friend. I'll meet you on Saturday. So, this is good. So after he left, my entire squad was like, yeah, Barber. And of course he comes back in, slams the door, and he's like, hey, stop laughing. Nobody's happy in the Citadel. So I met him at Mellow Mushroom, and of course it's really awkward because you're not paying attention. It's kind of like when us knobs, we talk to the upperclassmen outside of our normal knob environment. It's really awkward at first. But we got talking, and there's a few, I wrote everything down that he said, but really the thing that you could come to me afterward, after the speech is over, to actually ask me what I wrote down. But basically what he told me is, it's our class, the class of 2019, that's going to be the next class that defines the Citadel. It's going to be us. We are the ones that will make the choice to make the Citadel, will make or break the Citadel, for lack of a better term. And it really inspired me, and it really changed the way I thought about the Citadel. So, with that speech in mind, it was that Saturday night. Apparently I wasn't listening hard enough because I decided to get stupid. I went out in the town by myself. I had my backpack on. I had no plan. I was like, all right, I'm going to sign up for Days Inn, but I know I can't afford it, so I will sleep on the roof of a parking garage. I already knew what parking garage I was going to go to. By the way, if you all remember my first speech, I mentioned in my little thing at the beginning, sleeping on parking garages. Well, that's where this comes in. So that was my plan. Go club. I don't drink, so I was just going to party, walk the streets. Of course, my friend finds me last minute, 10 minutes before the gates close to the barracks, because we could take overnights technically. But she's like, no, Logan, we can't do this. We need to come back. And I was like, ugh. So we got in the car, we raced back, and suddenly we get out of the car, and it's 1 minute left until that gate closes, and the car alarm goes off. She hit the car alarm, she's like, crap, I can't. She said something else, but I'm not going to say that this week. So we rush to the gate, the tag greets us with the gate closed, and he's like, all right, tell me what happened. So I explained what happened. I was stupid. I got restricted leave that Sunday. And guess who I had to report to? Mr. Trimnal. So I had to report to him every 30 minutes. Well, what he told me was, you're the kind of person that likes to challenge your trouble. So choose to take the energy that you have and put it towards something productive. And he also asked me if I memorized the speech. And I said, well, sir, I've been working on it, but here it goes. Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I neither wince nor cry aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloodied, but unbowed. In this place of wrath and tears, looms the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And that speech got me through Hell Week. It got me through October. It's been a hard month. And now I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving break in 20 days, and I'm also looking forward to Rec Day, because that hand is the first hand I'm going to shake as soon as I get recognized. And that's a promise. You can all hold me to that. Thank you.